everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is the Godly Princess and I am the host in this channel. So I'm so blessed that you came because we are going to continue with the conversation on money. And today we are talking about how I budget my money. So I am going to give you all the juice. I'm going to give you all the details. Why? Because for a very long time, I have been wishing there will come up a people who are money-wise and are very open about these issues. Someone who can just come along and give us specifics on how they use their money in a productive way, so that us who are young, who are still growing up, can adopt those strategies and make better money decision or better financial decisions. But all over the social media, you will not find people who are specific about how they spend their money. So I said I will venture into this. I will be open about how I spend my money. I will come and tackle it in an episode, so that if you are young, or even there are people who are older than me, but you have not had a knowledge on how to make a better budget or a working budget, then you can borrow something from me. You can borrow a leaf on how I spend mine. Okay, so we are going to dive right into it. And so we are going to I'm going to give you in terms of percentages, and today I'm just going to break down my budget, which is, as we start, my budget is my salary. We are going to call it 100%, and then we are going to break down how the 100% is used, very specific ways, so that at the end of it you will learn something, borrow a leaf from my budget. Right, so I get my salary at the end of the month, like all of you, and I thank God that my employer is very consistent. I get my salary on the same day every month, unless the day is falling on a weekend, then I'll get my salary earlier. You're right. So that's how I earn my income. I am a salaried lady, or I'm a salaried woman, and that's the most place where I get my income. I work Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, and I get my money at the end of the month. So when I get my money at the end of the month, my salary, this is how I use it. So the first thing that I do, let me just break it down first before I give the specifics. So 70% of my money goes to the huge expenses, the bills. 70%, the huge amount, goes to the huge bills and the huge loans. Okay, and 10% of my money goes to tithe and offerings, and then 10% of my money goes to my own monthly needs, my own day-to-day monthly needs and wants. Then 10% goes into savings. All right, so now you've had it. 70% huge expenses, 10% tithe, another 10% monthly needs, and the last 10% savings. So that adds up to 100%. And I make sure that I am disciplined to that effect. I'm disciplined to that strategy. And as we continue watching my videos, you will see how I make sure I am disciplined. So the very day that I receive my salary, the first thing that happens is, in my bank account there is a standing order. So first of all, my loans are what I pay first. I pay my loans upfront before I even go into the bank and withdraw my money. What I do, number one, is paying my loan. So I have a standing order on the very day that I'm paid. So if you check my internet banking, you will see that there is a credit of my salary, and then the next is a debit of my loan, and then the next one is a debit of my tithe and offerings, or of my tithe. Okay, there's a debit of my tithe. So the loans are part of the 70%. So I have divided the 70%. I know the amount that I pay on loans, I know the amount that I pay on rent, I know the amount that I spend on food, I know the amount that I spend on electricity, that I spend on Wi-Fi, that I spend on all the expenditures that I have every month. I know that amount, and so I have calculated in a way that I know the total is 70% of my salary. Okay, so what is meant for paying the loan goes through standing order. Immediately I receive my salary, there is a debit of my loan. My creditor is paid on the day I'm paid. The next debit that goes in my account is for my tithe. So my tithe is 10% of my salary. Okay, and this 10% of my salary, I have divided it in a way that inside this 10%, there is tithe and there is offerings. Okay, so this is how I do. This is my way. You can do it your way, and there is no argument to this. This is my way. So out of the 10% which goes into tithe and offerings, I have decided the amount that I pay every Sunday when I go for a service. There is a strict amount that I pay, a specific amount. So let's say I pay 100 shillings every Sunday from me as an offering. So I have done my calculation in a way that in a week, in a month, there are how many Sundays? There are 4 Sundays. So I have out of the 10% which is my tithe, I have removed 400 shillings, which is to cover for my offerings the whole of the month. And then the remaining of that 10% is what goes through the standing order to the bishop's account. You've understood that part very well. So after the loans have been paid, and then now the part of the tithe has been paid, part of the 10%. For me, the 10% is tithe and offering, and I remain with the offering, which is a specific amount, regardless of how the preacher, regardless of what the needs that are needed in church, I have a specific amount that I'll pay. So that's me. Call me mean, but that's what I do. I give a specific amount every Sunday, without even shaking, without even worrying, without even getting worried, without even getting emotional about it. I know when I'm going to church, I carry that amount that is meant for my offering. The rest of the 10% goes into the bishop's account as tithe. Very good. Then after I've received my money the same day, all both the 2 standing orders have gone. Now there is a net that is in my bank. So what I do is, depending with the day, depending with what I'm remaining with in my pocket, I go to the bank either on the same day I'm paid or the next day I'm paid. But I don't take long. Usually if I'm paid on Friday, then on Monday it will be the day I go to my bank. For me, I don't have several standing orders. The standing orders are actually in my bank. There is a charge for those standing orders, which is like 360 shillings. So I don't have many standing orders, and I don't do lots of M-Pesa transactions because I want to minimize my charges as much as possible. So I do my transactions over the counter. Most of my transactions, I go, withdraw, and pay who is to be paid, and pick what is remaining, and and take care of it. So I go to the bank on Monday if I'm paid on Friday, or if I'm paid during the week, I go the same day during the day, pick the net that is remaining after the standing orders have gone. Then out of that net, the first thing that I do is, I have told you 10% goes to my savings, and it is a specific amount. So once I've withdrawn the rest that is in that account, I fill a form. That goes to my 𝐍𝐄𝐖, then I pay my savings. The same day I go to the bank, I credit my 𝐍𝐄𝐖 account and pay my savings. And then the same day I tell the bank that I need a small change for the money that I'll use for my fare. So I have a specific amount that is used for my fare every day to work. So that money, I make sure I have changes. I have changed small currencies which I can spend easily without, you know, without struggle. So there, at the same time, when I'm at the bank, I have deposited the money to my savings account. That's done. Then, which is the other 10%, that's done. So we have dealt with the 10%, which is for savings. I debit that personally at the bank. There is no charge to that. I fill the form and deposit. Then I've done the tithe, which goes direct without my input, because it is a standing order. I have also paid the loan, which is a standing order. So what I'm remaining with in my hands are money for my bills and money for my monthly needs. Okay, so when I come, so you will wonder, I'm telling you I have money for my bills and I am married. Yes. So how we handle our money is, there are other responsibilities that we have divided. Nick does some responsibility, I do some responsibility. Regardless of the amount, if it is shopping, he will do the shopping regardless of if people are many in the house or whatever. That's his docket. On the other hand, I also have my docket that I play regardless of, you know, the visitors are many, that's my docket. That one I do on my own. Let's say I take care of groceries. Then there are other duties that we both share, because, you know, they are huge, so that someone does not feel like, you know, it's a lot of pressure on them. So for example, like rent, the rent is huge, so we divide the rent you know, equally. He pays half, I pay half. Yeah. So that's why I'm telling you I have money for my bills. So there are bills which is for our house that I take care of, that is part of my salary. So I come and take care of those bills. Whatever I'm supposed to give Nick, I give him. Whatever I'm supposed to, you know, whatever I'm supposed to sort, whatever I'm supposed to buy. If it is token, I buy. If it is paying the Wi-Fi guy, I pay. Or now I come and handle that with no, you know, I just come and pay those people the same week that I'm paid. So by the end of the week that I'm paid, what I'm remaining with is money for my for my expenses, for expenses that for the family expenses. So what I'm remaining with is money for family expenses, money for my fare, and money for my own needs, which is also the 10%. The savings have been sorted, my loans have been taken care of, my bills have been paid. Now what is remaining is money for me and money for my bills that I take care of the whole month. So when you continue watching these money videos, you will get all the detail of how I make sure I have divided the money for my bills does not go into the money that I spend on myself. There is a very specific way that I have made sure the money for my bills is here. This is when I use it, and the money for myself is here, and this is how I use it. I will also do an episode on that. So the money that is remaining, that is mine, my own, that is the money that now I spend on myself. Okay? So you will ask me, don't you take care of your parents because of black tax is there? That black tax is inside my general expenses. So after I've taken care of the rent and what have you, there's money that I also send to the people that I take care of, and there are other people that I can be helping in the course of the month, but they are not part of my budget. Let's say someone, a friend of mine, their mother dies. Let me say someone, their father dies. Another person has gotten an accident, and you know they ask you to help them, or they add you to a WhatsApp group. That money I get from my own 10%, my own money. So that money, that 10% is also not little. I'm able to take care of that's the money that you can easily spend. If someone is in, if someone this is surprises, someone needs money, I don't worry that, oh, I don't have that money. This money, this is the part that always confuses people, and people end up spending most of the money on it. So this is the money, this is the part that I have a specific amount for it, where I just spend, we can call it carelessly, the remaining 10%. I can help anybody who is not planned. I can just help anybody. I can just buy anything that I walk into a supermarket and I love. I walk into a mall and I love. I can just do impulse buying. Because it is just for that month. In fact, a month is only 3 weeks. It's not even 4. It's only a few. So that money, I spend it freely. That's why I was telling you, as much as I have a budget and I stick to it, I don't live below my means. I live within my means, and I live well, because the 10% that remains, I spend it the way I want. I can even travel to the village. I can send anybody who needs it, even the people that I help, like my parents or my grandmother, who is also my parent. Yes, there's a specific money that I send them every month, but in the course of the month, if they need an addition and they need something sorted, I can still get that from my 10%, which is my own money that I can spend carelessly. So it's not like this budget is only favoring my bills and is only favoring my savings. No, it also favors me as the person who wakes up every morning to go and make this money. Okay, so what else do I need to talk about? Is the 10% that goes into my savings. So the 10% that goes to my savings, I will talk more about it on the next vlog. So I want you to keep on watching my money videos, because like I have commented on the other videos, that I'm going to be very specific, so that when you watch, you can borrow something that can help you be money wise in your life. So in conclusion, I have said 70% goes to my general expenses and my huge bills and my loans and black tax. The huge percentage of my salary goes to general expenses, my bills, my loans and my black tax. Then 10% goes into my tithe and offering. 10% goes into my savings, and the other 10% takes care of the needs of the person who works for the money. I can spend without guilt, zero guilt. If there's need to spend, I spend. If I want to buy as many shoes as I want, I will buy, because that specific amount is mine. I spend it without apology. All right, so I think that's all, and I think that's specific, and I think that's helpful. In case you have any questions, please drop them down on the comment section below, and I will handle them with a specificity that is needed. I'm going to give all the juice, all the details, and you guys are going to learn a lot from my money videos. How do I call them? Money wise. Yeah, my money wise videos, or my financial management videos. So the next video we are talking about, you stay tuned and you will know. All right, God bless you. Don't forget to subscribe and support your girl, and don't forget to leave your comment, your feedback on the comment section below, and don't forget to recommend a friend who needs to know how to handle their money, how to put down a budget that is workable, that is favoring their bills and favoring themselves as well. God bless you. See you again next time. Bye.